Hey Mike, how you going? Gonna play some tribal. Gonna get that tribal fix that I need for Legacy. Commander, very cool. I think this is all I need. Won't be a second. Forward show and tell. Yeah, show and tell's been showing up a lot recently. Especially blue-green Omnitel, which is pretty tough. I find Eldrazi can play Tumble Magnet, which is actually pretty good. Hey Pat. Card Hoarder is a rental service, but you can also buy cards for MTGO through Card Hoarder. You can also find them through my link below the stream. You should find them. Cool, okay. Alright, let's do this. Streaming. Nice, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Eldrazi. A pretty chill stream. No real goals. 3-2s would be nice. We're currently 1-1. I have beaten Grixis Control, and I went down to, I believe, Blue-Red Delver. Pretty interesting match. A lot of Delver online, so I'm not too sure how good Eldrazi is against Delver. I know the Chalice start's really nice, but otherwise, their Wasteland strategy is really good. Something like a Thought-Knot Seer is pretty good because it's not boltable, but other than that, I guess Brazen Borrower is pretty good. It's a few little things, so this should be, yeah, pretty interesting. Obviously, Eldrazi's a pretty aggressive deck, at least Eldrazi Stompy is. So hopefully I have the playstyle for it on the play against Eternal Firemind. Ha! And sadly, this is a mull. Our only mana source is Elvish Spirit Guide. We're gonna mulligan this. This is okay. A little bit slow. We can do something like turn 1 Mimic into Endless One, but then we don't have a turn 1 mana source for a turn 2 Chalice for 1. I think we can keep this. And I think I'm gonna bottom... So I can try to have a pretty aggressive start of Endless One and Mimic, or we can go Eye into Mimic and then next turn Matter Reshaper. I think Matter Reshaper is a little bit better than Endless One. There's a lot that can just deal with a 2-2 Endless One, so I think it's worth saving the Matter Reshaper. There's probably considerations to go 1-drop into Chalice next turn, but I kind of just want to go Eye into Mimic. Yeah, Reshaper seems really good because it replaces itself. It also just buffs the Eldrazi Mimic next turn, and then I believe from there out, the math is just really good for a Reshaper keep. Yeah, change of pace. This deck's always been doing pretty well. It's dropped off a little bit. It didn't make it into the top 32 of the recent challenge, I don't believe, but yeah, it's kind of a good deck just to lay back on. But I think it's really good as well to learn sequencing with this deck, and just figuring out what lines are best when it comes to combat damage, because obviously that's a pretty big key of Maverick. And I think if Eldrazi does it well, then I want to know how to do it a little bit better. Basic Island Brainstorm. That's pretty interesting. Maybe my opponent is considering if I have like Soul Land into Chalice for one, and that they want to find some piece of removal for that, or if they're just going off. Into Preordain, okay. This makes me think that they have to have another... No. Interesting. Maybe they brainstorm lock themselves. Okay, so yeah, let's look at that because we can bring it up in chat. So it looks like they brainstormed. They obviously didn't find a shuffle effect, so they quickly played Lotus Petal, Preordain, and put the 2 cards to the bottom because they want to have a fresh draw next turn. Well, there's Ancient Tomb, which is really nice. And I think Ancient Tomb Chalice on 1 is just better here than Chalice for 0 play Shaper. I'm going to assume this is either Storm or some sort of Show and Tell deck. I think either way, I just want a Chalice for 1 here. You like Chalice for 0? Interesting. So Chalice for 0 means that we can be aggressive with this Matter Reshaper as well to start beating down. Shuts off LED. It does. I guess we can... Also Petal. They probably have more 1-drops in the deck, but they're probably more reliant on the 0-drops to go off. I think Chalice for... Hey, Jesus, welcome. Currently considering this Chalice, and if we should Chalice for 1 or for 0. This is a good one. So really there's upside to both. It was interesting that my opponent brainstormed so quickly. Either trying to go off or trying to find something for something like Chalice for 1. So I think Chalice for 1 is going to be okay. But I can definitely see a world where you do want to just Chalice for 0, play Reshaper, swing for 3, and then have at least 5 power on board the following turn. You could even play Mishra's Factory, so then you can attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 the next turn. Yeah, I like 1 because it does turn off a lot of... For both decks, so we still don't know what this is. It could be Storm, it could be Show and Tell, but at least for 1, it does shut off some number of ways for them to actually dig. And it looks like just a pass from our opponent, which is really nice. Smasher, 2... Okay, well, we're just playing Smasher here, let's be honest. And this is the deck sometimes. Sometimes you just kind of get it. This is a pretty big first world problem, but I kind of hoped that we didn't draw into the win con, because I want to see more out of my opponent's deck. Obviously, they could still win, but... Based on this, I think we're definitely bringing in the Thorns. I think we can take out Dismembers. Endless Ones are also a little bit meh against these combo decks. Warping Wail is interesting because it counters Show and Tell, it counters Infernal Tutor. I don't mind the Whale, and I don't mind maybe 1 Spyglass. If they are on Sneak and Show, then at least we can name Sneak Attack or Grizzlebrand. If they're on Storm, it doesn't really do anything. Karakas is always interesting as well. Spyglass only hits fetches, yeah. I guess if they're playing Talisman, perhaps we could snipe Talisman with Sorcerous Spyglass, but... I think for now, it's probably just worth siding in the Thorns. Maybe 1 Spyglass is just worth it because it does have some crossover, and seeing how this 60 goes. If they are on Storm, then maybe Ratchet Bomb for empty is another thing that we should do. I wish I knew if Talisman was across both. I know it's definitely played in tests. I think some Ant players have tried it, but I'm not sure if it's a mainstream strategy. I'm gonna try this out, and then if we have a third game, we have a third game. We can probably sideboard a little bit better, but I think Thorn is a pretty nice one. And this hand is nice. We do have a turn 1 play in Chalice for 0. We can then play Thorn, and then if we draw into a third land, hold up Warping Wail or cast these Matter Reshapers. So I think this hand is okay. It doesn't have a soul land, which is huge. We can't cast the turn 1 Thorn or Chalice, but we can draw into a soul land, into Simian Spirit Guide, into Once Upon a Time for Simian Spirit Guide, or for a soul land. So I think this is okay. A turn 1 Brainstorm kind of just means they always have it, so I feel like this is going to be Storm. I don't think a show and tell player keeps a hand just to Brainstorm turn 1. Just a pass. Interesting. I don't understand that. Cavern. Okay. Well, I think I'm definitely going Temple and just Chalice on 0. It at least allows me to do something this turn, and then we still have Thorn for next turn, so pretty happy for that. Volk leans me towards Sneak and Show. Yeah, especially if they play a second one. Or if they fetch like a basic island here instead of Underground Sea. Underground Sea, okay, so maybe this is going to be Storm. Opponent has cast... Ponder. They must be pretty close. They chose to shuffle, but they did Brainstorm turn 1, which makes me believe that they had the combo or very close to it. At least they know how. They have no free mana now with Chalice out, so they can't really do anything past this Preordain. 1 card bottom, 1 card top. Okay. So hopefully Thorn here is fine. Mimic. We'll name Eldrazi. Play Thorn. Making it just that little bit harder for my opponent to get somewhere. Fetching first. The one thing I like about this deck is that I changed some of the Mishra's factories to brush lands, just so you actually have a land that can cast Once Upon a Time, and can also cast Elvish Spirit Guide as a creature if you need it. Infernal Tutor, okay. Dark Ritual, interesting. Okay, they're going to try to ritual off. Well then, maybe I like holding up Warping Wail. Eye of Ugin. Eye's nice, but we can't cast Warping Wail through it. I don't think they ever expect a Warping Wail. I think it's worth playing this out. I think it's worth passing, especially if they're just going to try to... Yeah, okay, so worst case is probably Dark Rit. That's 5 mana. Oh, that's 4 mana. 3 mana to 1 mana to 4 mana. Need a lot of writs. Eye does help us empty out our hand. I think I'm okay to pass just this one turn with Warping Wail up. And then next turn we can play the Eye and play the Mimic at least. Because if I can hit like another Infernal Tutor, that would be pretty nice. They're going to play Adnors. I guess if they have a land, they can use 2 tutors, which they have in hand. Ritual's okay. Can't counter that. Ritual is okay. Can't counter that. Ritual is okay. Can't counter that. Adnors. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what they reveal. Lotus. This is interesting because they have no mana floating and they can't beat the Chalice unless they have a free way. I'm not sure what this Adnors does other than set up for next turn. If this is the case, then I definitely should have played creatures because it just makes the Adnors a little bit worse. So they're going to stop there. So we know about those. Land, okay. Opponent is discarding. Ah, Past in Flames. Okay. Well, at least the Past in Flames we can counter. Yeah, interesting that they went off in their turn and not during our turn. Yeah, maybe looking for the land drop. Maybe the land drop is the big piece of the puzzle that's missing. Petal, Lotus Petal, 2, 4, 6, 7. One more card, Infernal Tutor. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Wasteland. Is Wasteland worth it? We can Wasteland them off either green or red and then also hold up Warping Wail. Or we can play the Eye and get Mimic out. Wasteland on red to hit Past in Flames. I guess that's pretty good. If we Wasteland, do I need to hold up the Warping Wail? That's the question. I think shutting off red is really nice. Shutting off green, I guess, stops anything from hitting these two. But I think going after red is fine. I believe they have 2 Cabals. Hey, Mr. FF, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Okay, so they have a Polluted Delta for red mana. They're going to Brainstorm first. Okay. Fetch. I don't believe they have a ritual. Preordain, okay. So we have wasted a little bit of time by just holding up Warping Wail, but I think it's okay. We do get to cast this Eye of Ugin and Eldrazi Mimic this turn, which is nice. Even if we draw into a Mimic, we can cast 2. Thorn. Oof. Is second Thorn better? We're definitely playing this, and we're definitely playing Mimic. I think second Thorn here is just better than holding up Warping Wail. Yeah, I think I like Thorn as well. So Cabal makes a net of 2 mana? Oh, they're passing. Oh, they're passing. Okay. Interesting. Another Warping Wail, which we can't actually cast because of the thorns. I guess we can... I don't believe they run EE. They might have something like Hercules, but otherwise I don't believe they do. This puts them on a 2-turn clock at least. We aren't holding up a Warping Wail, but hopefully that's okay. Hey, Ask for Alex, a huge thank you. That is very much appreciated for the sub. 3 months is very cool. I think that's a new badge, perhaps. But I hope you're well. Have you played any of the MTGO Legacy qualifiers? I don't believe I have. But I was going to try to play in the Super. Apologies. I was going to try to play in the Super, but I didn't have enough points for it. Unfortunately, this guy's just a little bit too mediocre in Magic sometimes. Rough. Maybe this was just the turn that I should have held up Warping Wail. Oh, okay. This is actually pretty funny because now our Warping Wail's turned on. So let's see what they try to do. Ritual's going to be fine. Now they can... Cabal. Wow. Wish Claw is going to be fine. Are they going to go for LED and then flashback Past in Flames? I guess I can't play LED because of the Chalice. Chain of Vapor. That's okay. Have they played a land for turn? Oh, it's non-land. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player control may sacrifice land the player does that. Yeah, so I can't return a land to their hand and then make them not have threshold. LED is going to get countered. Okay. Wish Claw. Okay. Do they just have tendrils? Get down to 3 mana. Are we going to be able to Warping Wail one of these tendrils and stay alive? Cabal it's fine. And now if they tendrils us for 10, which is 20, we can counter one. Let the triggers resolve. We go down to 2. Should I have left Storm? Did I punt? Did I punt that? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. Okay. Luckily, yeah, because Storm, of course, is when you cast it. They're just going to concede. Wow. I would have felt like they had enough time to actually just draw out of this. Interesting. Wow, okay. That's really interesting because they actually got rid of both of my thorns so I could cast the Warping Wail. That's pretty hilarious. They may only have 2 decay? Yeah. I guess they need a red source for the Piff. And we did have the... Yeah, we got rid of the Volk. So I guess they didn't have any red spells to actually Past in Flames with. Interesting. Warping Wail MVP, yeah. Luckily, I brought it in because I was thinking about it, and it obviously was yeah, pretty nice. That was pretty hilarious. Yeah, honestly, opponent there, not playing around Warping Wail is something that you don't really care about. This is an interesting one. It's a turn 1 Mimic. We could turn 1 an Endless one, but I think we can just Endless one turn 2 as a 4/4. Double Wasteland's kind of nice, but I'm not sure what we're up against. So that's the big question. I kind of see Wasteland as a spell, and I think these lands are pretty perfect for what we want to do with Eldrazi. It's also a pretty nice start. I think we could probably mulligan to something a little bit more aggressive with Chalice, but I think this is okay on the play. Yeah, I think for an aggressive deck that's low to the ground, I think turn 1 Mimic and then turn 2 Endless one for 4 is pretty sweet. I thought they were bouncing the Chalice as well. I thought they might have enough mana, but maybe they didn't have enough mana to play around the Thorn if they don't deal with it. Is there a reason to go Eye first? Because we can go Temple, and that means if we draw to Chalice, we then have the extra mana we need to play Chalice for 1 on turn 2. So I think Temple here is just better than Eye, because it's the same thing, but we have a mana this turn that we can then use next turn for a non-creature spell. Wasteland. Interesting. Okay. Maybe the Eye is the land that I wanted to get Wastelanded. Maybe that's why I lead on it. Ancient Tomb. I kind of want the Tomb around for things like Thought-Knot Seer or Eye of Ugin, so I think I'm just going to go Eye into attack. Yeah, Eye Punch face. Oh, Verdant. Interesting. Maybe this is like lands. Chalice. If it's lands, then Chalice for 2 is pretty good. So let's go Ancient Tomb. Endless one for 4. Hey, Sinventus. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Lands is going to be interesting. I think these Wastelands are probably going to be kept for Mazavith. Bayou. Interesting. What I would hate to see is Wasteland Ancient Tomb and then crop rotate into Tabernacle. That would be a cool play. Yeah, keep Wasteland around for Tabernacle is pretty nice as well. Loam. Okay. Loam's going to be fine. But now we really need a card for... like an Elvish Spirit Guide? Dismember. Not the greatest here. I'm going to go Cavern name Eldrazi. I don't want to just play the Wasteland and show it. And it's not like our opponent can do anything. Even with Exploration, they can't make the 20/20. Mana Bond could probably do it, but otherwise... they're at 7 as well, which is interesting. How are they so low? 2, 6. Yeah, wow, okay. Going after the Ancient Tomb, okay. I guess they could if they have Ancient Tomb in the deck and they can crop for all 3 pieces. This looks like crop for tab. Just another Wasteland, okay. Maybe they now have another crop rotate? Oh, they do! Ha ha ha! Classic. Yep. It's pretty good. Oh, there's a Spirit Guide. Chalice. Maybe I'm okay with Chalice for one. It turns off Exploration as well. It doesn't turn off anything of ours. I guess if we draw into Ancient Tomb or City of Traitors, we can use the Elvish Spirit Guide to Chalice for 2. But yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Brushland, interesting. So now we can actually cast the Elvish Spirit Guide. Is that enough? Is casting Spirit Guide as a creature better than Chalice for 2? They do play Abrupt Decay, which can deal with the Chalice. They don't have the mana for it currently, but I assume they go back a fetch land, which can. Yeah, I think Chalice for 2 is the better play. Oh. We don't know if they have Maze in hand. Oof. Okay. That's a start. Oh, no, I can't, because the Chalice. Haha. I guess we wait. No Wasteland? Surely they Wasteland us, at least in our upkeep. Because the draw's alive. Hitting the eye, okay. Can we draw a Soul Land? Cavern. Okay, well that's actually a play, because now we can name Construct, and it can't be countered. So now we have a clock. Another land and we're pretty good to go, yeah. Port's gonna be okay. I wonder if I want to Wasteland the Port. I might want to Wasteland the Port here, because if we draw into a Soul Land, I want to have 4 mana. But I kind of also want to keep the Port for Mazavith, because we only have 2 Wastelands left. I think we just allow them to Port here if they want. Oh, have to pay for Tabby? Interesting, okay. We'll pay off this. That's fine. Mimic. Okay. This is a 3-tone claw. It's not a 3-tone clock. That's my bad. Wasteland. Wasteland's pretty good on Wasteland. Yep. Just gonna 6 here. We can pay for this. And then they tap down this. Alright. Oh, Wasteland. Play that. Can we pull it out? Hey, D5 AM, welcome to the stream. We're currently playing Eldrazi aggro against what looks to be Jund lands. No, I think that's okay to tap that one. Yes. What do they tap down? The Wasteland. I think I'm happy with this. I kind of just want to keep the Wasteland around for Mazavith. Smasher. Classic. Alright, getting close. They probably draw a card here. Unless they needed the black for Abrupt Decay. So maybe I shouldn't 5 here, because if they have Abrupt Decay... Okay, they don't. Okay, that's good. Is this the Walking Ballista that could? Dark Depths. Okay. Oh, am I supposed to... Did I? No, please. Yeah, good. Okay. There we go. What do they do with Port? If they try to Port the Wasteland, I'm going to hit the Dark Depths. Because otherwise, if we don't draw into interaction, we lose to just Thespian stage. And they can't crop right now, which is great for us. Another Cavern would be nice. Endless one. Interesting. I can't cast this. Alright. 2 more attacks. 2 more attacks and we get there. Yeah, punch pass. Oh, can we play this for 1? We can't because of the Chalice. Yeah, Cavern is on Construct, unfortunately. That was not a game I thought we would win. Okay. Leyline seems great. Karakas seems good. Sorcerous Spyglass seems good. The 1/1 beats. I think Endless Ones and Dismembers. Tiles Tracker might be a card to think of, but that's a pretty sweet change. Chalice is also interesting if it's worth it or not. Maybe not if what I'm wanting to hit is just going to the graveyard anyway. Maybe creatures are just better. If they're bringing in Tiles Tracker, maybe I should keep in some number of Dismember. Chalice on 1 is always good. I guess Chalice does stop crop rotation, but if they get out an early... what's the card? Eldrazi... No, Exploration, it can be pretty tough. Yeah, okay, let's go for Chalice. Chalice for 0 also stops Mox Diamond, which can be relevant. This is a pretty sweet hand. We can Leyline once for another land. Elvish Spirit Guide. I'm pretty happy to keep this. We can even just turn 1 Reshaper. Haha, I only just made this shirt. So there is a Green Sun Zenith shirt. I've got it in the mail, so I'll see how it is and I'll take a photo with it. And then I will officially launch the stall. But other than just a link on here, it isn't really anything. Ancient Tomb's pretty nice. Let's cast this. I think Thought-Knot's where I want to be. We can go Ancient Tomb and next turn City of Traitors. The red shirt is just the first one of the lot. I think there's 4 colors. So the red shirt, for some reason, is just the first option, so it shows as the card. Fetch and Response. I wonder if this means that they're going to crop rotate. Otherwise, a Fetch and Response is pretty interesting. Forest. Okay. Crop. Okay. Probably just Wasteland, I guess? Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's okay. I wonder if I should have led on City if I didn't think the Soul Land was going to stick around. That's pretty interesting. Once. I wonder if we can just Wasteland back. I don't think we can. I can also Wasteland, hold up Simian Spirit Guide. We can also go City of Traitors and then next turn cast Thought-Knot of Wasteland and Elvish Spirit Guide. Waste into once into Reshaper. Waste into once into Reshaper. Are you saying waste this turn and the next turn City and then the following turn Thought-Knot? Classic. I think I'm okay with just City into Matter Reshaper. Yeah, I think I want some sort of pressure here. And at least Matter Reshaper also trades itself off pretty nicely. It's just a little bit risky because I have to draw into a Soul Land to really use that City of Traitors. Or just draw into another maze. Another Matter Reshaper. Maybe Wasteland Pass was just the better play. This is okay. Brushland, interesting. Definitely attack. Awkwardly, it might just be Wasteland Pass, and then at least next time we can play Once Upon a Time off the Brushland. No, I'm just going to pass. I'm going to see what they do with this city or not, if they deal with it. If they don't, the Matter Reshaper just gets cycled into something else, which is kind of nice. I think it's just such a huge draw as well to drawing into another Soul Land and casting Thought-Knot Seer. Okay. Spyglass, interesting. Now I do kind of just want to go Wasteland Pass. Hey, Exardian, welcome. Currently up a game against lands on Eldrazi Stompy. But it's looking pretty tight. Definitely going to deal with this. It's not like they can Abrupt Decay this and then crop. They can't even force a Vigor in their turn, which is nice. Oh, Ancient Tomb into Sorcerous Spyglass is really nice. I'm going to attack first. They do nothing. Now we can go this into Spyglass. Probably naming Wasteland, but we'll see what they have. Haha, Force of Vigor. Okay, interesting. Interesting that they had a Sylvan library, but they didn't cast it. Maybe they're looking to... Maybe because we have a clock, they don't think they can use library effectively. So they want to force pitching Mox, force pitching Sylvan library, and then start their beatdown plan? Or their loan plan? So maybe if Tabernacle's gone, maybe I don't care about... I think Wasteland's the big card here. And then we'll see what they do in our end step. I think even though the Sorcerous Spyglass is on Wasteland, they still want to get rid of Chalice and Leyline with that Force of Vigor. Hey, MPT, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Yeah, I guess it really depends on what do we care about the most. So we know about Force pitched away Sylvan Library. 4 cards, 5 cards. Okay. The Mox is pretty interesting because they don't really have anything else. This might just be like crop for fetch. Fetch, loam, get back those 2 lands. They are going to crop. Okay. Could go for Mazavith if they really wanted, but then they couldn't get back the loam or the land this turn. I don't think they can go for Maze because it just takes them off a bit too much mana. Hey, Alcopass. This is a league. We're currently 2-1. An upper game in this matchup against lands. They did get Maze. Interesting. Okay. Oof. That's really nice. Because now we get to take the loam. Bang. This also means we have 2 attackers through the, So they have a... through the maze. Still worth attacking. It's always worth attacking. If they draw a land, they probably want to Mox. Okay, they don't. Okay, so they can hold up Abrupt Decay on Matter Reshaper. Huh. Attack with both. Fetch to 9, Maze the Thought-Knot, Abrupt K the Matter Reshaper. And then we have another one to play, which is nice. Hey Cal, welcome. The small thing that is a little bit annoying is that we have this on Wasteland, so we can't actually get rid of the mazes. So we really have to just go wide. Interesting. A tapped land. That's really interesting. Maybe that's the only black source that they have left? The Bayou's the only other one? Alright. Reshaper pass. Now it's tricky because, like, they can... Okay, Thespian Stage is kind of cool. They can maze into K1. Cavern. Definitely attack. What? They have decay. What? Oh my gosh. Don't they have decay left? Oh, my poor opponent. Wow. We'll take it. 3-1. Nice. Whew. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough, but that is MTGO for you sometimes. Obviously, they just clicked one too many times. Is it time to get Eldrazi online? I think Eldrazi was a lot better a few weeks ago when people didn't really know it was as good as it currently is in the meta. On the play, which is nice. This is most likely no. Can't keep a one-lander. This is better. Turn 1 Mimic, turn 2 Thought-Knot. Keep this, bottom the second Reshaper. I like throwing the Eye into a Wasteland because at least the Temple can dismember if needed. Volcanic Island. Lightning Bolt, okay. I guess we can try and play a little bit around Thought-Knot Seer. Add 2 here. We can use 1 for Matter Reshaper. And then we can just cast Endless One as a 3-3. They're going to daze it. We will pay for that. Can we not pay for that? Interesting, we can't. Heads up play from my opponent. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, then we'll cast this as a 3-3. That's, yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's really cool. Opponent thinking about forcing this? No, surely not. Okay. Yeah, definitely very glad we took this line because I think we have a few lands in the deck, so a land off the top isn't too unlikely. I knew it was Cavern! I knew it was Cavern! I was gonna say Cavern! Definitely attack first. If we Thought-Knot them in the main phase 1, they might just respond by bolting this. So we'll go Cavern. Name Eldrazi. Luckily we can go like this. Brainstorm's going to be fine. I guess they could have like Magus of them, not Magus, sorry, Brazen Burrower to bounce the Thought-Knot. Otherwise, these decks, wow, okay. Yeah, usually have a pretty hard time against Thought-Knot, and you can see why. They might have also just brainstorm locked themselves and not had an out to the Thought-Knot Seer, or even the Endless one. It's Eldrazi for you sometimes. This is always an interesting matchup. I really like the Matter Reshapers because against the Bolt deck, they always replace themselves. I think Ratchet Bomb is worth it, just as kind of removal for things like Delver and Young Pyromancer tokens. I think we can probably just go down on Endless ones. I'm not sure if Thorn is good enough for Delver, or if it's really just for combo. Warping Wail is interesting. Warping Wail can counter a few things. Young Pyromancer, Brazen Burrower, an unflipped Delver. It can counter things like Chain Lightning if needed. I think Warping Wail is kind of spice, so I'm going to play it. But I don't advise this in a competitive REL tournament. But I think Warping Wail has some gas. This hand is okay. I'm going to keep it. It's a turn 2 Thought-Knot, turn 3 Reality Smasher. So these are the hands you just keep as Eldrazi, surely. Like if I'm not keeping this, what am I keeping? It also has interaction in Dismember and Warping Wail, which is nice. Hex Drinker, interesting. All right. Thought-Knot. Do I want to play the Eye, or do I want the Temple so I can cast something like Dismember? Temple is the card that I don't want to get Wastelanded. I think Eye is fine for now, just because I'd probably rather Eye get Wastelanded. It's a legendary land as well, so if we draw one of the other ones, then it does make it a little bit better. Eye of Ugin makes all my colorless Eldrazi 2 less to cast, which is nice. And then for 7 mana, I can search my library for an Eldrazi or colorless creature and put it into my hand. Simian Spirit Guide is perfect because it plays around days. The Serpent, Hex Drinker. So Hex Drinker is a creature that at sorcery speed you can level up by pumping mana into it. So at 3 to 4 it gets protection from instants, and then at 8+ becomes like a little Progenitus. So let's just go Temple here into Thought-Knot, and then we also have Spirit Guide, which is just pretty perfect playing against the Daze deck. This may even just be this is probably a good card to actually force if you have force. And it looks like you're going to force it pitching Spell Pierce. Okay. We can't do anything else. We're just going to pass. Ponder. I kind of hope this Ponder shuffles. I'm going to assume they're most likely looking for mana. But it'll be interesting to see if they find Wasteland. If they want to Wasteland us off something like Temple or Eye. They chose not to shuffle. Okay, that's fine with us. Factory. I guess we can also just go for Smasher here. I think Smash is better if we're just going to try to race them. Hey, Ken Sports fans, welcome. Haha! Do they have double days? Oh, they don't. Alright. Let's get our beat on. That's pretty sweet. Now they're behind on mana. And this Pluto Delta... I wonder if they just like bolt us here and try to go really aggressive. It looks like they're not going to. So they didn't have Force or Daze for this Reality Smasher. So perhaps next turn I'm happy just to go... Even if they Wasteland the Temple or Eye, we can just play the Mishra's Factory and tap out for Thought-Knot. Yeah, Smasher is a really big deal for them. Outside of Brazen Borrower Bounce, they don't have too much. We lost to Blue Red Delver. Just a little bit too slow. Tamagotchi as a 4/5 is interesting. Just going to attack first. Now we can Thought-Knot around Daze and also hold up Dismember. So they're going to force this. I think just in response, we're going to Dismember this. Nice. It all works out. Now Mishra's Factory is also just lethal. So they kind of have to keep back the Hex Drinker. Unless they have Bolt or another blocker. Obviously didn't resolve a Chalice. Yeah, the play was really good. Really on it. I wasn't able to really land anything against them, which is pretty rough. But I did a league before this as well, and I went 2-3, which is pretty rough. Brainstorm is fine. Brainstorm off the Volk is interesting, because it means they currently don't have Bolt up to actually hit the Mishra's Factory. And also means that they can't play a second land and then level this up to a 4/4 to actually live through the factory. Oh, maybe they have Hooting Mandrills. Hey, Cocheloco. Thanks for the follow. We can Warping Wail the Hex if we have open mana. We currently only have one. But yeah, it looks like my opponent is going for a Hooting Mandrills. Alright. And they're attacking. Interesting. Okay. No blocks. What can we draw? Ballista. Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's attack them. They have one card left. They have to block. Oh, they don't. Ah, yes. Nice. 4-1. There we go. Back in the books. I'm going to get a beer. I'll be back in a second. And I'll play another league. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. Very cool. One card I was thinking of was Tumble Magnet. Tumble Magnet is pretty cool against a lot of the creature decks. I believe it's Tumble Magnet. Yeah, so when it enters the battlefield, you get 3 charge counters. You can remove a charge counter to tap target artifact or creature. I think it's probably better than Karakas. So I'm going to quickly grab one off Card Hoarder, who does sponsor the channel, which is very nice. And quickly change this list. Yeah, Card Hoarder are very cool. Big fans of them. Wow, I just can't. I reset my Chrome and all my passwords have just vanished. So I have to remember them all, and it's it's tough. It is not as easy as I expected. Cool. Yeah, Card Hoarder are really nice. Really nice just to have a loan account. They're luckily fortunate enough to give me a loan account, which is nice. And just, yeah, play and jam some games for what I want. But yeah, 4-1 feels good. It feels good to play the deck a few times. Obviously go... I've actually gone 2-3, 3-2, 4-1. So we can only hope it's a 5-0 coming up. All right. Tumble Magnet. I think that's the only card I want to try out. I think I'm pretty happy with everything else. Yeah. Ah, that's it. I think I actually want to try more brush lands in this deck just to play... Just to have more ways to actually cast Once Upon a Time. I believe we're currently playing with the 10th Ed. Yep, okay. 10th Ed. Alright. In comes the order. But yeah, the deck's been really fun to play. I'm definitely in the camp of Eldrazi being a deck that's, you know, play your hand, play out big threats, but it definitely does teach you a lot about sequencing, especially for lands. In a deck with City of Traitors, you definitely have to watch how you play your lands and your mana base, because against lands, that was a great example. We went with our City of Traitors as our second land drop over Wasteland, and then it was just really awkward to try to play out more threats and not lose the city. Yeah, Eldrazi's pretty sweet. Eldrazi took down the challenge, I believe, 2 weekends ago. It didn't place, I don't believe, in the top 32 of the recent challenge. But if you look at it online, it's pretty impressive how many just 4-1s and 5-0s it has within MTG Goldfish's setup. So if we look here and go to... See, it's number 1 on MTG Goldfish, which is nuts. And then, yeah, a bunch of 3-2s, but like a few 4-1s, 5-0s, 7-1s. Yeah, Yamakiller was the guy who won the Super Qualify with it. Also a streamer. All right. 1 ticket. Nice. So we want to get these magnets. Probably want the 2. So I'm going to drop the Karakas. And I think it's the 4 Thorn. I definitely want the full 4 Leylines, but I think it's the Thorn we can probably skimp on. Everything else is just really nice as a 2 of. And then Brushland. I probably just want 2. And I think it is just a factory that I want to drop. I think this is okay. It could be a Cavern of Souls, but I think having the Cavern, especially against all these Delver decks, is just really nice. Yeah, let's go ahead with this. Let's get some more upbeat music. Chill hop can just sometimes be a little bit too chill hop. Okay, we're playing a Legacy League with play points, and we're playing Eldrazi. We get back to 0-0. Alright. Should be pretty fun. Thanks for coming in and chilling out and watching my stream. For those of you who don't usually watch me, my name is Dukes on Twitch. I stream Legacy on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings, usually in Australia, which is Australian Eastern Standard Time, AEST. I run a site called the Green Sun Zenith, which you can see above me, below me, to that side. There we go, over there. Yeah, the double Legacy stream. Unfortunately, it's Eldrazi, but you know what? The deck's nice. The deck's pretty fun. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Dukes on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. I also have recorded games that I have on YouTube, which are pretty cool. Usually break them up. Usually record a league and then break it up by the games into different videos and put it in a playlist. We are drinking Wayfinder from Green Beacon. Really nice pale ale. Obviously, it's kind of weird in my screen, but very nice. Also, a big shout out to MTG Mate, who is a sponsor. Australian card seller. They also have these cool beer coasters. No, it's not a beer coaster. Do I ever play elves? I do not ever play elves, unfortunately. If you are looking for elves content, you should check out It's Julian, of course, big elves player. I usually play the decks that just get stomped by elves. I'm pretty big on Death and Taxes, Maverick, a lot of fair decks in Legacy. So elves, although a very cool deck, Stubby Cooler, there we go, thank you. Yeah, you know, elves is obviously a very cool deck. A few local players play it, but myself, unfortunately not. Yeah, elves is really real. Okay, up against Tez and Tez. And I think this is just going to be a pretty easy mulligan. I want some sort of disruption early on. We have Dismember, but yeah. I want a Soul Land and some more creatures. This is pretty close. The city's a little bit rough, but I don't think we can go down to 6. Sorry, down to 5. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom the second Eldrazi Reality Smasher. Julian hasn't streamed it in years. Interesting. You should also check out his YouTube for recorded Magic, because he might have recorded it and played that. Come on, Ancient Tomb or Once Upon a Time. Temple's okay. Temple's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Looks like we might be up against Maverick. Interesting. Do we see a fetch? I think this fetch means either Swords to Plowshares or let's get a land out of the deck. And it's let's get a land out of the deck. Okay. Wasteland, interesting. Waste is pretty good. Can they follow it up? Even a Mum here is pretty rough. Not the greatest card against this deck, but if we don't deal with it now, then Dismember's going to kind of take over. Sorry, then it's going to take over and not allow us to play this Dismember out. I think here brush land and then just attack is fine. Keeping the city in hand for as late as possible. I could try to get down a Walking Ballista, but I kind of want this city to cast the Smasher, and of course we can't do that here. This just looks like a Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, definitely. If you're also looking for Elves content, you should check out the latest MTG Goldfish Legacy Weekly, because they did an interview with someone who I believe also streams it. I know they're on Twitter because they did a shout out. I think it might be JPA or JPC. I think JPA is the Sneak and Show player, so I think it was JPC. Not sure what my opponent's doing here. I assume it's a sword, but will we see it? Yeah, JPA is Sneak and Show. Very good Sneak and Show player. opponent taking some time on their thoughts here. I'm going to find you that Elves player. Now I'm on sort of a mission. So while this is happening, this week in Legacy, of course, for anyone who's into Legacy, this is probably the best content you'll ever read about the format. It's currently coming out weekly by Joe on MTG Goldfish. And every now and then they have these kind of deck tech parts, which is pretty cool. But it looks like it might be the other one. Here we go, Elves. Okay. It's Julian's list. Level up. Here. JJK. Yeah, Jack Kendall. Okay, there we go. Jack's obviously a massive Elves fan, and I think he streams, but I could be wrong about that. Icy Manipulator. What does Icy Manipulator do? Let's get that up. I think it costs mana to activate. Ah, interesting. Maybe just because it's easier to get into play. That's my only consideration there. Screws is going to be fine. I'm not too scared about Screws for now. But now I definitely need a land drop here. And maybe just cast a Spirit Guide, a Walking Ballista. Well, I guess we can cast the Ballista for 2? I think that's better than nothing. It also turns on a Soul Land draw. Pretty happy just passing. There's no creatures in the graveyard as of yet either. I really want this Dismember for a Knight of the Reliquary, so I hope they don't play Fetch Land. Because Fetch into Knight makes it a 6/6. Oh. Which I guess we can still get with Walking Ballista, but otherwise it's, yeah, pretty tough. To be fair, I guess Walking Ballista for 2 means we can actually ping the Knight for 1 and then Dismember it. So that's okay. I think it might just be as well that you have to pay 1 to actually tap it. Interesting. Are they eating something? Surely not. They must be going to their second main phase to cast something. They're obviously not too sure on what they want to do here. Swords this. Okay, well then we'll definitely deal with the ooze here. Oh, wow. That's actually, yeah, that's pretty stupid of me. Now they can just eat it. I should have thought this through. Obviously, Walking Ballista has to sacrifice itself to deal the last damage, so yeah. Nice play from my opponent. Interesting. Playing around the Walking Ballista by not playing this for the Exalted trigger. Okay, well there's Tomb. Cradle's fine. Oh, Jide's pretty good. So we can at least play the Ballista for 1 and have like a chump blocker. And if they want to ping it, we can just kill the Noble Hierarch. Ah, Thalia really mucks things up. Matter Reshaper. So we can still attack. If we attack, we put them to 8. They can then swing back for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if they wish. I think we definitely attack here. And then we probably just play the Ballista and hold up Dismember by using Ballista to kill the Thalia. But that's rough, because then they get their scoos just a little bit bigger. Yeah, Maverick's pretty tough, but I'm going to try to fight. Maybe I want to keep this back. I think I keep this back and then try to dismember the Scavenging Ooze. Block and... yeah, Dismember. Which works if they have nothing, because the Exalted and the 2 Jide counters make 5. Hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, neg 1, neg 1, neg 1, neg 1. Okay, so if we block, it becomes a 4/4. They probably pump it to a 6/6. We can then dismember it to a 3/3. Oh, sorry, to a 1/1. They then pump to a 3/3 and then use the last 2 counters to kill the Smasher. Taking a lot of damage. But at least this deals with the scoos. Now they pump it to a 3/3 and then use the last 2 counters to kill the Smasher. Yep. All right. So here what we really want is... oh, Knight. Okay. Riches. Knight's pretty tough. I don't think we can beat Knight. Because what I want to do is play Ballista and then hold up these 2, but now it's pretty tough. Yeah, because of Thalia, unfortunately. Haha, Eldrazi. I did not mean to type that, but that's pretty funny. That is actually hilarious. Eldrazi. And I think here we just have to go for Ballista. Block the Knight and then kill the other 2 creatures. Sadly, we can't even draw into Reality Smasher for lethal because we don't have the mana for it. Mum's okay. But yeah, I think this is just over, unfortunately. Block. Kill this. Kill this. Once is pretty good. Another 9. Okay, we'll just concede that. Interesting. I think Leyline is worth it in this matchup, but I could be wrong. I think Walking Ballista is... I think Warping Wail is okay at hitting their early mana. There's actually a lot of these that I kind of like. Turning off Night just seems so good. Tumble Magnet's interesting. Are we the control deck? I don't think we can be the control deck then. I think we have to be the beatdown deck. I probably just like taking out this. Although Chalice is pretty annoying for my opponent, especially on the play. Maybe it's like Ratchet Bombs and Leylines. We're the bad guys? I think we are, unfortunately. If we're bringing in Chalices and Leylines, and Mimics don't seem too bad because a lot of their creatures can't be too big and they can't have too many small drops. The Chalices are just nice because they turn off Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile if they play it in the sideboard. Maybe just drop on a Chalice and drop on... a Mimic? They can just be a little bit too small sometimes. Especially if they have cards like Thalia that they just kept in because they didn't have bigger cards to take out. This is okay if we can find a creature with the Once Upon a Time, so I'm going to keep this. Hopefully Thought-Knot. Eldrazi Mimic, rough. Well, I guess we can try to go pretty quick and just go Eye into Mimic, into Matter Reshaper off Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, actually we can't because you need to have colorless mana to cast it. And you can't do that off the Elvish Spirit Guide. I believe? Is that correct? You can't cast Matter Reshaper off Eye and Elvish Spirit Guide. You need another land. Yeah, Elvish Spirit Guide has a little bit more play to it than Simian Spirit Guide, which is nice. Yeah, unfortunate. Green Suns, okay. Interesting. Smasher, okay, that's pretty nice. These are the sorts of starts you need to beat Maverick, or else they just are able to set up a little bit too quickly. 3 green. Interesting. I have to make white mana, I believe. Okay. This is okay because the Eldrazi Mimic is going to be at least a 3-power creature. Thought-Knot. Wow, okay. Well, now we can go Thought-Knot them. Make the Mimic a 4-power creature. See what they have. And they're just going to concede. Okay, that's interesting. They didn't want us to show us what's in hand. Spyglass is interesting. I wonder if it's better just to not play the Leylines, because outside of them... Yeah, maybe the Leylines are overkill. And my thought process is that if they're really for Night, maybe it's better just to have Sorcerous Spyglass in for Wasteland and another Reliquary. And then maybe I'm okay with Warping Wail, because it does deal with some of their creatures, especially their fast mana. Yeah, sadly I feel we're definitely the bad guys. I think I'm okay with this. Even just to create mana off the Warping Wail is nice. Don't like 4 Leylines. Yeah, the only downside of playing not the full 4 is that you're less likely to see them in your opening hand. This is interesting. We get to once, and then we can once again because of Elvish Spirit Guide. I don't mind this. Especially if they go land pass. Oh, they are going to go land pass. Okay. Well, now we can Chalice for 1, which is pretty nice. So we can draw Wasteland, cast once, find Ancient Tomb, Eldrazi Temple. That's still pretty good. Play Temple, exile Spirit Guide, play Chalice for 1. Turning off Swords to Plowshares, Noble Hierarch. Definitely a few things. Getting a Savannah, interesting. I wonder if I want to go after their mana. If they Wasteland here, I'm very happy to Wasteland them back. Huh. This is pretty funny. Who can survive first? I guess they have fetch lands, which is kind of unfair in a Wasteland kind of duel. Windswept. Temple's nice. Yeah, some real legacy land destruction. I am 100% with you. Getting a Savannah. Okay, cool. Two lands. What do they have? White mana. Maybe like Disenchant? Surely not. What you got? Collector Oof. Interesting, that's fine. I think I'm happy to Wasteland until we draw another Soul Land. Just to keep them off 3 mana. Hopefully not Qasali Pride Mage. That'd be pretty good. Thalia's okay. This will be their last Savannah as well, which is interesting. Spyglass. Just gonna keep going out the lands. This could be very wrong, but I think we have some high outs of drawing into a soul land for this Thought-Knot, or these Thought-Knots. Cradle's pretty good. That's 4 mana if they want it. But no white mana. It actually means they can green suns for like a Noble Hierarch if they want. Nothing, okay. Oof, Ratchet Bomb, rough. Wasteland's pretty good. I'm going to call it there. They attack for 4, put us to 10. We draw a land. They attack for 4, put us to 6. We then maybe cast a Thought-Knot, but outside of that, it's pretty rough. What about a Planeswalker with a Chalice passive for loyalty counters? Interesting. Interesting design. Pretty... yeah, probably not the funnest to play against. But yeah, Maverick seems pretty tough, especially if we're on the back foot. Obviously, our Wasteland plan didn't work out as much as I wished it did. But, you know, otherwise it can be a pretty entertaining game. Pretty pretty grindy at the best of times. But I think Maverick definitely has the upper hand with another Reliquary. That's a pretty huge card that is pretty hard to deal with once it gets out of Dismember range. Alright, we are 0-1. On the draw. I don't mind this hand, it's just very fair. Like, turn on Endless one for 2? Maybe this is a hand that's just a little bit too fair. Need to draw into, like, Chalice. Thought-Knot makes it a little bit better. Volk's okay. Ponder. Wonder if they're Delver or not. Guess we'll see if we can have a look. Hey, Life Abuser. No, it was actually just Green-White Maverick, which is pretty tough. The Knights took over in both the games. Interesting. Goif's okay because we have this gonna Thought-Knot first. Play around Days. Spell Pierce, Spell Pierce. Alright. Take a Spell Pierce. Dismember this. Go down to 8. Getting pretty close to just getting bolted out of the game, unfortunately. So we know about these. Brainstorm's fine. That changes everything. Oh, cool. Yeah, killing Goyf is a definite there. Especially as a 4/5. It's one of our last chances to make sure something else doesn't go on the graveyard. Nimble's okay. Only a 3/3. Cavern's pretty nice, so I'm going to take out the Volk. See if they float red or not. They don't. Attack with these two. The double dash looks really cool. I like how they have both the streamers streaming on like their own channels and then also just one stream of the guys in commentary, which is very cool. So yeah, massive fans. This is going to be interesting. What don't I like against this deck? I definitely want Ratchet Bomb. Tumble Magnet is interesting. Maybe it's the Mimics that are just a little bit too slow. At least the Endless ones can be bigger than just two ones. Goose in 2020. I think that's fine. The Matter Reshapers are really nice because they replace themselves. The Thought-Knots and Reality Smashers are, of course, really good in this matchup. And I think just because the Endless ones can become, you know, X4s or bigger is the big appeal for them. Maybe Tumble Magnet's overkill. I'm going to see how they go. This seems like a deck that could go the length. This is a Chalice turn 1, but we don't have any sort of backup. Looks like opponents kept 7. I think this is fine. Cavern, interesting. Is it wrong to play an Endless one just on 1? As weird as that sounds. I don't mind it because it means that Nimble Mongoose can't attack for a long time if they still have him in the deck. And something like an Unflipped Delver, they just have to deal with the Endless one. I don't want to use the Spirit Guide. I want to keep the Spirit Guide around for now. Yeah, I think it's worth just not playing something and just holding up our mana. Goyf's going to be fine. City of Traitors. That's quite interesting, because now we can actually cast Thought-Knot Seer. That's pretty sweet. Didn't see that coming, did you? Daze, Abrade, Lightning Bolt. Double Daze, interesting. I think we take the Abrade because I'm most likely just going to Chalice on 1. I could also take the Stifle because if they don't draw into another land, then we can take them off red. Yeah, Stifle's interesting. I think you can Stifle Chalice enters the battlefield with. Maybe not. That's yeah, do not take that into consideration. That is not good. Not a good take. This is interesting. I think it's between the Abrade and Bolt. And I think because we're more likely to Chalice on one, I'm going to take the Abrade. The Abrade also deals with Chalice, so I think that makes a lot of sense. Stifle and Uro? Interesting. Another land. Okay. That's not too bad, because now we know about this, these double dazes. Mishra's Factory. I guess we go for float 2, play a land in Wasteland. This gets sacked. Chalice for 1. I think Waste Trop, but I also think that our lands are pretty relevant for us right now. And maybe I just want to start building up my mana base to make these endless ones bigger than X numbers. Happy to attack. We know about Daze Stifle. I think that although it is quite appealing that they only have one green source right now to waste it, I think just playing these endless ones as bigger creatures is also pretty good. Eye, okay, well that's really nice. And cast this one as a 4 of. And they're just going to concede to that. Which is fair enough. They obviously had a pretty poor hand with these dazes. We had Cavern. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see if you want to chump the if you want to get rid of the trop there. I think because I'm not too scared of a second Goyf, and they're obviously off Hooting Mandrills for now, that keeping that land around to try to get this endless one up to a 4/4 is probably worth it, and then the next one has a 5/5. But I could definitely see a world there as well where you do Wasteland the trop. Whew. Yeah, Buffo, very nice. I'll drink to that. But yeah, I hope you're all well in chat. Obviously, with this isolation going on, it's a pretty hectic situation, but hope you're all doing well. Hope your families are well and your friends. On to play against 93 centimeters. We would love to play first. And this is an interesting hand. I'm going to keep it. I think it's just nice to go Temple into Cavern of Souls. Haha. Is there anyone in our local doing Legacy webcam? I believe there is. I believe Tim and Nick. I think Chris is as well. I would even post in the group because it would be good to get a good group of people doing it, I think. Mana Confluence. Okay, this could be Dredge. Oh, okay, we can cast Endless One for 0, which is pretty cool. To get rid of bridges from the graveyard. So they hit a bridge. They hit one bridge. Okay. Interesting. Tomb. Name Eldrazi. Play this. And then I think I'm happy to trade the Endless One for a bridge. They have a few good dredges. Double Ichrid as well. Which Matter Reshaper is quite nice against. I wonder if they get rid of the Golgari Thugs or not, or if they just don't do anything and try to build out their graveyard a little bit more. Ox. Interesting. At least we have Dismember in hand. Do they have another land in hand? Oh, looks like they don't for now. Okay. Maybe then the play was actually to play Mishra's Factory last turn. Oh, Chalice. Okay, what is Chalice best on? Is it 1? Chalice on 1 stops Faithless Looting flashback and Cabal Therapy flashback. Yeah, Endless 1 against Dredge is really good. I think it is for 1. Yeah, Chalice on 1. Okay. So let's go for Factory. And then we can play Chalice for 1 and also hold up Dismember. Oh, the hand's the Dredger, of course. Jon Snow. Ah, Jon Snow. Haha, they say you know nothing, but you know their hand. Okay, we're going to attack here. Hopefully people get that reference. I wonder if it's actually correct to... To not attack, so they don't attack with the Ichorids. I guess we can always dismember our own Matter Reshaper to hit bridges as well. Creeping Chill. Is that double Creeping Chill? Oh, okay. That's pretty scary. I appreciated it. And a boo? Classic. Yeah, this is going to be pretty rough. Yeah, I think the attack there was a little bit... Just didn't really think about that. Post-board is pretty good for us. We do have the Leylines. These both die. Luckily, there's no creatures or bridges. I think it might just be I pass. Maybe it's Brushland in case we draw into Walking Ballista and we want to cast it for 4. At least because we're just drawing 1 card a turn, we can just play the Eye next turn if it's relevant. Attack with Factory. I was going to keep up Factory here because we are at 8. So if they Creeping Chill us once, we die to... I guess we don't die to Ichrid. Maybe it was correct there to actually attack with the Factory just to keep some pressure going, because the longer this game goes, obviously their graveyard gets bigger, and that's pretty tough. So yeah, Colin D, I actually like attacking there with the Factory. Hogak. Ugh. And Narcomoeba. Okay. And Chill. Ugh. What is this? This deck needs to be called like Hogak and Chill. At least Narcomoeba can't cast the Hogak. Yeah, Creeping Chill is really weird. I have seen it in these mana dredge decks. I'm not sure what you're supposed to say there. Just normal dredge. But yeah, it looks like unless we draw into like Reality Smasher, we're not doing too much. Thought-Knot. I guess we can Thought-Knot them. That's not too bad. It's also a great blocker. I guess we just take the Golgari Thug because it is something that that can deal with. Yeah, again, should have attacked with the Factory. 25 life is pretty tough. They're also probably going to cast these Ichorids to cast the Hogak from the bin. They're not. Interesting. I guess they don't actually have creatures to exile, which is nice. Did they go to draw? Interesting. Oh, LED. Huh. That's okay. Pretty rough, but that's pretty nice. Now they get the Stinkweeds as well for the Ichorids. So it looks like next turn they can win. Why'd they make red? They can't looting. Interesting. Did they try to looting there instead of go for cast Hogak? Oh, you can't spend mana. Okay. Apologies. Learning as we go. They're going for Ox. Okay. I guess we can dismember it, paying 4 life. Which we should do to the trigger. Do we care about it? Maybe the dismember isn't what we want to do here. I would dismember here if I care about bridges. But I don't think I can go to 1 because then we just lose to the Narcomoeba in the air. Yeah, we dismember to kill bridges. Another Narcomoeba. Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we have an actual out unless we can get Walking Ballista to start taking out these Narcomoebas, but they have a bridge as well, so yikes. I'm going to say this game is close to over, and maybe my only out is to dismember my own Matter Reshaper if they don't attack with Narcomoeba to get an extra kind of draw. To try to draw into Walking Ballista to start taking care of some of these creatures. They get bridge triggers here. Still can't attack, yeah. Just going to concede. Leyline seems great. Ratchet Bomb's interesting, but I don't think we need it. Maybe we do. What isn't great? I don't think Dismember is great. Board for zombies, yeah. Thorn's interesting. It turns off some of their really fast starts, but we're already up to 63. So what do I want to take out? I can probably go down on something like a Cavern. Chalice is still relevant. Endless One and Walking Ballista are really nice because they deal with bridges. Smashes are great just for going long. Maybe it's just 2 Mimics. And then keeping everything else. I guess Thought-Knots actually aren't that great. Unless they don't have a turn 1 play and we have a turn 2 Thought-Knot. Yeah, the only thing I like about Reshaper is that it blocks and kills Ichorids and it replaces itself. That's the only reason that I like it. Thought-Knot's weird. Because they don't usually have a hand. I guess if we get a Leyline start, then Thought-Knot's a little bit more relevant. Yeah, I'm gonna try this out, and then hopefully if there's a third game, we can also just go back to the sideboard and think a little bit bigger. Well, the sad thing is, this is actually like not a terrible hand. It's a turn 2 Thought-Knot, but otherwise the Leylines are dead draws, so I'm gonna mulligan once, and I think I'm going to mulligan once again. I just want to try to get down to Leyline. Okay. Okay. Keep this. Bottom Elvish Spirit Guide and Spirit Guide. Go for Leyline. Probably okay with just Brushland Pass. And then just once at the start of next turn. Yeah, sadly we mulled to 1 the other night. And we found the Leyline for the first time, and we kept it, and it just got weird, which is pretty unfortunate. Gemstone Mine, okay. Rough. Can't beat that. Alright. I guess we can try to once or draw into a Soul Land or Thought-Knot, and then just find either. Probably just want to Wasteland here. Yeah, I don't mind Wasteland them. To try to keep him off as much mana as possible. Then I could play the Walking Ballista if I want. I think that's okay. Rough. Pretty nice. One bridge. Okay. See what they reveal. Still one bridge. Okay. At least with Walking Ballista on Icarid, we can ping the Icarid, sacking the Ballista, which triggers bridge first. Second bridge, okay. But nothing else, thankfully. Third bridge, okay. Well, now is a pretty good time to do it. I guess we can do it in response to the first Icarid. Trigger. Second hit. Exiling the 3 bridges first. Now they only get one shot at Cabal Therapy. Yeah, it is quite hard to beat this. Rough. Not going to play that out. I think we're just way too behind. Especially going to 5 and them having the answer to the turn 1 Leyline. That was pretty rough, but that is what you get for playing Leyline. And usually if our opponent is switched on, they'll keep a hand that obviously has an answer to Leyline, so they have a worst case scenario type of out. Eldrazi against Dredge is interesting. You definitely rely very heavily on the Leylines. Char's Bantle. This hand is sweet if we can find a creature off the once. Thought-Knot. It's pretty good. Waste is okay. Gonna go for Brushland Pass to save the Ancient Tomb. Because with the Elvish Spirit Guide, we can still cast it next turn. And this means we can also hold up Dismember if we need it for some sort of, like, maybe a Mox Diamond play into like a Duck Confidant. Bajuka Bog. Okay. That's fine. Wasteland and Bog. This most likely is going to be Loam. Cavern. Oko and Abrupt Decay. We'll definitely take the Oko. This looks like Bug Depths. And it's interesting because they have the combo as well. Just naturally. Kind of scary. Need to find Wasteland pretty soon. Speaking of Wasteland. Very sick rip. Yeah, I think we keep the Wasteland for now because... so they've definitely played a stage. They can play a land next turn and then play... Yeah, so I think their plan is most likely just going to be... try to wait to port down the Wasteland and then go off. We lose to Mox Diamond? Interesting. Yeah, we do. They play the Bayou. Interesting. Sylvan Library's okay. Another Thought-Knot is nice. So this is tough because now they have Rishon Import, which they can play to tap down the Wasteland. Can draw Smasher. What? I don't... Why do they give up? Oh, I guess because one of these is lethal. So next turn, I guess they can play the Dark Depths. I guess they could play the Dark Depths and then try to draw into Wasteland. That's probably their only out. Yeah, they lose the turn with Port because we attack for 8, put them to 4. They tap it down, but then they only have... No, but then they can untap and actually create the 20/20 to block, but then they only have... Yeah, the other one just gets through. Interesting. So this looks like Bug Depths. So we definitely like Sorcerous Spyglass. I think Dismember's most likely coming out. Leyline's interesting, but I don't think it's warranted. I think Tumble Magnet's okay, even though they have Oko. Yeah, Thought-Knot Seer was really nice. So what do we want to drop? Tumble Magnets are interesting. Maybe they're overkill, but I kind of want to try them out and see if they actually do anything here. I don't think Leyline is worth it. I assume they're playing Loam, but that's probably it. And we can hit that with Chalice. So Sorcerous Spyglass is most likely going to go up to Wasteland and Oko. Or maybe just Oko and Thespian Stage. I think we might just drop an Endless one. It's kind of the most kind of vanilla Eldrazi in this list. They will have Force of Vigor? Yeah. Well, we'll have Thought-Knot, so... Boom. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, I think the Leylines might be overkill. I think it's just... It will also cause us to do some pretty harsh mulligan decisions. Huh. A lot of gas. Best case scenario is draw into Soul Land and then find a Soul Land with once. Worst case scenario is draw into just a normal land and then don't find really anything off the once. Especially against the Wasteland deck, I think I really want to mulligan quite aggressively for just a mana hand and then have some amount of plan. I don't want all plan, but no mana. Yeah, I think this is very risky. Is it better than a 6? And I think this is okay. Keep in bottom an Elvish Spirit Guide. Maybe it's keep in bottom a Eldrazi Mimic. Because then we can just try to get to Smasher ASAP. I mean, if we draw Soul Land, we're good to go. Once. Alright. Ancient Tomb. Also Eldrazi Temple, which is pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, smash. It may have also just been worth it to go for Eldrazi Mimic and then Reality Smasher next turn. Yeah, I think that could have been the better play, but maybe they like crop rotation here for something like Mazavith if they have it. Yeah, okay. I guess that does get rid of their Bayou, so it might put them under some pressure on their mana. Port does nothing as well, which is nice. Brushland. Let's go for Mimic. Always attack. Always make them use the maze. Probably play the Cavern and hold the Brushland so we can actually cast something like Once Upon a Time later on. Look, if you have a turn 1 Smasher, you got a turn 1 Smasher. Life in the Loam. Okay. Pretty tough, because it means that Wasteland doesn't do a whole lot. Oko Crop Stage. Okay. Another Oko is pretty good. Interesting. Making a food means we can draw into Mazavith here. Sorry, Wasteland. Tumble Magnet. Huh. I think that's just a concession because we can't really beat the Oko in the maze. Maybe it was correct to go for... I guess the maze is just difficult either way. I don't think we want to change anything. I think we just want to run this back. Maybe the magnet we can just go down to 1 and then bring back in like another creature. Just to try to go a bit wider. Yeah. They stumbled a little bit, but they obviously got to Maze and Oko, which is pretty much unbeatable without Spyglass. Yeah, Thorn's interesting on the play. This hand is okay. We'll keep this. Probably just once. Try to find Wasteland. Interesting. What do we find? Another Smasher. I wonder if we just want Spirit Guide. To just try to do the same thing. Yeah, endless smashes sounds pretty good as well. And I think between the time we play these endless ones, we're going to draw into a 5th land or a 4th land anyway. So maybe the Elvish Spirit Guide is overkill. Maybe I actually just want the Smasher. I think Smasher. So we'll go for Temple into endless one for 2. Ugh. Oh, I meant to play a creature. I just F6'd. I didn't mean to. Loam, get back Wasteland. Play Wasteland. That's pretty rough. Yeah, I was supposed to play another creature there. Rough. So we missed out on 2 damage. Something like Tabernacle would be pretty good. Yeah. Rough. Can't beat that. One, 3. Definitely seems like the deck needs some sort of graveyard hate. Maybe even Relic of Progenitus against decks like that. I think that maybe even Relic is better than Leyline. Or Tormod's Crypt. That would be pretty sweet. I think the Leyline is obviously very good, but maybe even Fairy Macabre, because you can find it with Once Upon a Time as well. That would be pretty interesting. And then you could play the Relic is a no-go with Chalice. Yeah, I think Fairy Macabre might be the choice. And then we can change the brush lands to the Golgari lands. So you can also cast the Fairy Macabres if you wish. Rough. Yep. Find a soul land. Eye is fine. Cavern. Temple's also pretty good. Is Eye or Temple better here? Turn 1 we're going Chalice. Turn 2 with Eye we can do Thought-Knot and also Endless one for 3. Eye then Chalice. I think it is Eye. Because now we can go Chalice for 1. And then just pass. What would be a substitute for City of Traitors? Crystal Vein. Crystal Vein is a pretty good budget trade-off for City of Traitors. Crystal Vein is tap for 1 mana or sacrifice it, add 2 to your mana pool. Crystal Vein is what I actually ran in Eldrazi Stompy when I had it as a lender deck. Chromox. Interesting. What do they imprint? Veil of Summer. Okay. Interesting. Maybe they have a second Veil. Oh, no. Okay. So the funny thing is that if we have Chalice for 0, our opponents can still cast Veil of Summer and then cast all their LEDs and Lotus Petals because Veil means all your cards can't be countered till end of turn. It doesn't matter what they've been countered by. Are we getting belched? I think here we're definitely going for Thought-Knot, which is great. I think the Veil means this is going to be Tess. Yeah. I think the Veil is just a little bit too fluffy for Belcher, where you just want all gas. While this happens, kid you not, we're gonna play a 3rd league after this. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get those Golgari lands. I'm not sure what they're called. What the Golgari brush land is. Llanowar Wastes. Jon Snow. You just know. Mimic. Interesting. So we can go Mimic. And we can also go Thought-Knot. I wonder if they fetch in the Brainstorm. Okay, they're just going to conceal their hand. Interesting. Ah, the beginning of a 24-hour stream. Interesting. I would love to see if I could go 24 hours with Eldrazi. So we're looking at a combo deck. I like Thorn. I like Ratchet Bomb as an out to empty the Warrens. I like the Warping Wails. I think we can take out the Dismembers just fine. The Walking Ballistas can most likely come out. And probably just 2 Endless one. I think they're a little bit too meh. I think that's okay. That seems like a pretty good board stance. I'm just going to quickly check how many fairy do I have. Three. Okay, I just need 1. I think this is fine for the sideboard. I don't think this is... yeah, I think this is fine. See how this goes. What do we have here? Oh, okay. We have... Oh, we don't have Warping Wail because we need to have a land in play. Huh. If they go for an empty line, this is a pretty good hand. And if they don't, we have Warping Wail next turn to counter like Burning Wish. I'm gonna keep this. This could be a very bad keep. And maybe I'm just tunneled into the thought of them going off with empty and us having Ratchet Bomb. But we have a lot of mana. We have some sort of interaction with both Warping Wail and... They're just going for it. Interesting. Is that it? That's it? Interesting. Huh. It's probably just Temple, Ancient Tomb, pass, hold up Warping Wail. I do like Wasteland there as well, but I think that Warping Wail is just a little bit better in case they have a land and then they go off. Another Wish Claw, interesting. Just a pass. Now this is interesting, because I feel like we have to get this Smasher into play, and maybe I should have actually just Elvish Spirit Guided out, but I kind of want to always make sure I have Warping Wail up. Ratchet Bomb? I guess Ratchet Bomb isn't the worst, because we can actually just get rid of these talismans if needed. If I waste, what do I waste? I think I waste the Underground Sea because it hits things like Ponder and Brainstorm. Yeah, I think we go after their ability to dig deeper. We are further away from Smasher, that's very correct. Wasting wasn't good. Yeah, it's fair enough. I guess because usually with Dark Ritual it finishes with something like Burning Wish, which Warping Wail is great against. Ancient Tomb. Well, now I guess we can just play at least the Ratchet Bomb, which does take them off the empty plan, but it plays around Duress, which I kind of like. We can counter duress, but I think this is okay because next turn we can play Eldrazi Temple and then Elvish Spirit Guide out Reality Smasher. Haha! That is nothing. That is going to be fine. So just 2 cards left is very interesting. LED, okay. I wonder if they have like Burning Wish? Mox Opal, interesting. 1 card left. Please be Burning Wish. Burning Wish, hold priority, crack LED? Well, even Infernal Tutor. It looks like it might be Crack Talisman. Okay. Yeah, I think Adnor's. That's fine. At least empty isn't the worst because we can Wishclaw for our other Ratchet Bomb. And it looks like they might go for empty here. They have a Mox Opal, and then Rider Flame, Rider Flame. Rider Flame's a sorcery. They haven't played a land for turn. Maybe it's correct to hit the second Rider Flame. So they haven't played a land, so they'll have 2 mana. They'll have a land and Mox Opal. They'll then have at least 2 Rider Flames here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're currently at 6, so they're wondering if they die to anything. Looks like they're going for it. Oh, I guess they're scared of hitting Echo. Echo of Eons is death. So I wonder if it is correct here to counter one of the Rider Flames. They probably bottom an empty under this Chrome Mox. Empty is just weird because we have the second Ratchet Bomb to find with this. Hey, 21 bucks. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Okay. They can Chain of Vapor this. So I think the play is really to... Oh, okay, no. That's an instant as well. They're going to Ponder. This is fine. They've played this. So they have a Mox Opal left. Hey, Mr. Atog. Mr. Atog. I wonder if you're a fan of Rich Shea. Mr. Atog himself. Hey, Jon Snow, thanks for the follow. Very cool. You're from the UK and play Red Legacy, or Red Prisoner Legacy. Interesting. How's Prison faring right now? I saw that Phil Gallagher was a fan of... This is fine. Of the deck, even though Oko's a little bit around. We're definitely stomping, but they are going to have some number of 2 mana. What's this? Blood Moon is a card. Chain of Vapor this. Okay, we can't stop that. Unfortunately. Yeah. I don't think it's worth returning anything. Smasher is good, but we know that they will have some number. Oh, they have. Do they still have a Mox Diamond or a Mox Opal? Or if we counter this, do they have anything? Is that the Mox Diamond? Is this it? Because there's one in the bin. Did they have 2 Mox Opals or not? If they have another Mox Opal, it makes more sense to counter this Rite of Flame. I think this is definitely worth countering. Because if they don't have another way to make mana, then this just turns it off. Wow! Nice. Very cool. There we go. See? See? You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. Yes. Yes. Nice. Unfortunately, I think that was a 2-3 finish. But that was a pretty sweet play to finish. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then we will come back and we will play another league. So please stay in chat, get a drink yourselves, go to the bathroom. And we'll go through another league. But I'm going to try out the Fairy Macabre build with the Golgari lands, which would be pretty cool. Bouncing their own mana rock seems like a pretty great play. I do like that a lot. back. Welcome all who stayed. A huge thank you. Let's restart. Back to 0, 0. So for this version, we're taking out the 2 brushlands and the 4 ley lines. I do like this change a lot, especially because it turns on once. As Graveyard Hate. So, Golgari Waste. Nice. Okay. I think this is fine. My only consideration is taking out a Cavern for another Mishra's Factory. I feel like Factory can do a lot of work. Especially when we want to get just those other points of damage in. I think it's okay to go down to 3 Caverns. Maybe not. Maybe Cavern is just so good that I want to find it ASAP. Especially against all the Delver decks. I think we'll just run this and see how it goes. Oh, I guess we might as well. We have 90 play points. I think we need 100 to play. Okay, let's open 1 chest. 25. Nice. That is pretty good. Eldrazi Stompy. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first match. On the play is really nice. And this is an interesting one. It's a turn 2 smasher, which is pretty nice. But otherwise, it's a little bit light. I think it's okay, because it's a great hand for mana. We have a nice endgame threat. We have a nice bit of play with Walking Ballista as well. And we can just keep this Once Upon a Time for a little while. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to play Temple and pass. Opponent has mull to 6 cards. Verdant Catacombs. Okay. Bayou. Exploration's pretty good. Well, they have Wasteland. Rough. Yes. I wonder if it's worth wastelanding them just to keep them off loam. We did find the City of Traitors. I think I'm just so scared of loam that I want to keep them off this bayou. They didn't have a second. Oh, they did have the second lane in Wasteland. Once first. What does once find me? Because I could just keep the once for as long as possible. If we're just playing out lands. I guess if I find a Thought-Knot, maybe I want to play that the following turn. Because I guess if we go Wasteland, Temple, Spirit Guide. Yeah, it's tough. I think I do want to keep my opponent off Bayou here. Might be incorrect, especially if they have 2 lands loam. Dark Depths? Okay, that's fine. That's it. Okay, that's great for us. Spirit Guide. Ooh, so close. I guess if we find another one of this once, we can just cast... Okay, we probably just want Thought-Knot here. Thought-Knot we can cast as well. Interesting. But I don't think we want to. Next turn we're going Smasher. I think we do want to try to just get as many threats on board. I think it is Thought-Knot. But here it's just pass. Well, we do have the option of casting Thought-Knot here. No, I think we're on track. We're on the Smasher plan. Haha, they have Maze. At least they have 2 lands that don't actually tap for anything. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that makes me just want to go 2/4 Thought-Knot. There's Loam. Main deck Chains is really interesting. Oh, they drew into a land? And they drew into a green land as well. That's pretty rough. Matter Reshaper. 2/4 exile. Now our opponent can just draw into a land and then have the combo. Oh no, the Maze of Ith doesn't tap for mana, so they don't have the combo if they draw into a land, which is nice. Looks like they might just crop for double Maze here. Interesting. Well, we can definitely 6. Double Maze is really tough. Another Explosion isn't too bad. Once. Interesting. Two mana. Exile this. Use that and 1 to once. Eye's pretty good. So is Thought-Knot. I think it's just Thought-Knot take Decay. Good for us. Mimic. Alright, well we can definitely attack. Get 4 in there. Mimic and Ballista sound pretty good. That nearly makes it lethal next turn. 3, 7, 8. It is lethal next turn. Stage does nothing. So luckily we have this because 9 doesn't get through. And then we have 4, 5, 6, 7 because it copies Reshaper. 8 through Walking Ballista. And then Walking Ballista ping is 9. Welcome to Maths 101. Thankfully we get there. Double Maze is pretty tough. So we definitely like Fairy Macabre and probably the Spyglass. Maybe just one Tumble. Take out Dismember. Probably take out the Endless ones. And that's 60. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, McCabe with once is really nice. I'm going to go ahead with this and try it out. Second Tubble's interesting, but meh. I haven't played Hogak. I think Hogak is a very cool deck, and a deck that has a bunch of lines in it as well. Especially the bug version with Hedron Crab. You can mill yourself pretty quickly when you have access to that. Crab is really good. Apologies for eating on stream, but I do want to have a cookie. I can keep this. Interesting. All right. Spyglass is pretty good. But we do have to cast City for it. I think Eye into Mimic is fine. And then just passing turn. Yeah. Smasher would be phenomenal. Tabernacle, interesting. That's pretty funny because we have the Elvish Spirit Guide for this. Haha! Mimic. No blocks. Okay. Well, now I'm pretty happy to go free Mimic, City of Traitors, and then Sorcerous Spyglass. On... I guess we look at their hand first and then decide. Because they might even reclaim it in response. I think it has to be Wasteland, unfortunately. Interesting, they're going to crop in response. Okay. Maybe to Ancient Tomb? And then sacrifice the Ancient Tomb? Wasteland, okay. Okay. That's pretty good. Ah, interesting. Now if they Wasteland us, they lose their own creature to Tabernacle. So I think that's okay. Oof. I think it's going to be Ghost Quarter, unfortunately. Just to try to keep us in this game a little bit. Haha. This is a really weird start. I think I do want to keep one of these. Once. Let's cast this and name Eldrazi. Attack for 2. Now the hard part is that I don't want them to get back the Wasteland with the Loam. But I don't really want them to have Loam either. Ghost Court is really rough. But I think we're kind of forced here just to Fair Macabre what they target with Loam. Port isn't great here because we can just use the mana that we only have. Yeah, so let's hit Wasteland and Verdant. Not a great feeling, but it is what it is. Reshaper. Can't cast it. That's pretty good. Sadly, I think that might just be GG. It's tough because even if we name Wasteland, then Ghost Quarter with Loam is just so good. Okay, that's a start. Hit Wasteland and Loam. Dark Depths. Interesting. GG. Might as well act like we have a draw. Yeah. Just don't draw Wasteland here. That's a real kick in the butt. All right. I think I'm still okay with this. I don't think there's anything that I want to change. This is interesting because it can deal with Elvish Reclaimer. And it also counters Loam if I need to buy a turn. Maybe the Ballistas aren't where we want to be. And Warping Wail is just a little bit better. Also creates mana if we need it, which is nice. So we can actually try to get out ahead. This seems okay. We'll keep this. It stops Exploration and Corporation and Elvish Spirit Guide. Warping Wail. Interesting. Let's go for... Temple Pass with Warping Wail up. Mox is okay. Decay on this. That's going to be okay. Now they're going to fetch. Play an Elvish Reclaimer? Kind of hope so. Okay. Exile this. Mimic's interesting. Could Chalice for 1 and Mimic, and then try to smash it, but I think just playing Smash is correct here. Chalice Mimic? Hey, Craig. Yeah, been on Eldrazi Stompy, so this is actually our 3rd league, which is pretty insane. Chalice is interesting. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind Chalice. Again. Could also Chalice for 2, but a little bit worse. I don't think we want to Wasteland here. We want to keep it around for the smashes. Yeah. This also turns off like crop rotation for Mazavith. Loam. Okay. I think it's because they wanted to play the Elvish Reclaimer that we exiled, but it definitely makes sense either way. Spyglass. Alright, let's definitely go for Smasher. Wow, nothing. Okay. Did they dredge? They did, okay. Seems decent. Yeah, apologies. I think it's much my language is a little bit downplayed. Wow, okay, you can play that. What's the point of that? Oh, they're tilting. Okay, that's fine. Oh, maybe they're trying to actually just pump the Cabal Pit. Okay, that's a good play. Nice. But now we have the second Smasher. And they can't crop into Maze, which is nice. Bang. Gone. Boom. Out of here. Eldrazi. Classic. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we're actually 1-0. I thought we were 0-1. Interesting matchup. I did like that line, though, of get Threshold by throwing things into Chalice and then Cabal Pit. That was pretty cool. Spatula of the Ages. We will definitely play first. And I think just as a Chalice hand, this is fine. We'll keep this. We also have the green mana to cast... Once Upon a Time later on, which is nice. It'll be interesting to see what we're up against. Snow-covered island. Okay. I wonder if the play, if we don't draw into a creature, if we're supposed to just play Chalice for 1 again? Mimic. Okay. That kind of changes things. I'm going to go for Llanowar Wastes. I don't want to show this Wasteland yet, because if my opponent has a fetch land, I don't want them to fetch for a basic. Hey, Opossum. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Trop. Okay. That's pretty good for us. Destiny Spinner. Interesting. We're up against Enchantress. That's fine because we have this Dismember, thankfully. Once. Okay, let's cast once. Smasher. Nice. But I think we are going to Wasteland here. But it's nice for a little bit of payoff. Are we? I think we are. I think that's also applying pressure, and I think applying pressure in this way is fine. We can still draw into a Soul Land to cast this smash next turn. But interesting. Hey, that's very cool. Apologies that I'm not playing Maverick, which would have been pretty cool, but Eldrazi has got my attention for now. But yeah, huge thank you for dropping in. And yeah, hope the Green Suns is nice. Obviously, the Wasteland there is obviously paid off because they have passed without playing a land. And we even drew the Soul Land, so it's just Eldrazi all day for us, which is pretty insane. Yeah, they're just going to concede. That's pretty tough. Enchantress is going to be an interesting deck to play against, though. I'm going to say Ratchet Bomb is worth it, and probably, maybe Sorcerous Spyglass? Maybe even Thorn. They're kind of like a non-creature deck combo deck. I definitely like these four. I'm not sure about the Thorns. I think we can take out the Ballistas, and I think we can take out probably the Endless ones. Dismember still seems fine, but I might drop it down to 2, just because we have the bombs as well. Thorns in. Maverick's in a weird spot. I haven't been able to find a way to beat some of the 3 and 4 color bug and sort of control decks. Plague Engineer, Oko, Uro, they're all really good cards against Maverick, which is tough. So a lot of what the format is right now is obviously pretty well prepared for Maverick. A lot of the decks as well are playing, a lot of the top tier decks are playing basics. So Wasteland isn't that great. I've been trying out a list. I actually did a stream this morning with Phil Gallagher on his channel. And this was the list that we went through. Where is it? Once upon a time. Because I was actually playing a Rishadan port in place of the 4th Wasteland. Because then you can interact with some of their mana, which is nice. But yeah, it is pretty tough. I think Gideon's great. I think Gideon's great just as a threat against the Engineer decks. But also it's just really nice to have an out. Yeah, I think Gideon's probably one of our better Planeswalkers right now. I've also seen Achilles playing Knight of Elspeth, Knight Errant, and Nissa. Elspeth's really nice because it gives a creature +3/+3 and flying, so it gives your Elks the ability to fly over other Elks and actually kill Oko, which is cool. And creates 1/1s that are soldiers, not humans, so that might actually interact with Plague Engineer in a good way, which is nice. I'm going to try this and then go from here. I think Ratchet Bomb's a pretty big card because Ratchet Bomb for 1 seems pretty good against the deck where they have things like Rampant Growth and a lot of 1 and 2 drops. This hand actually looks really good, especially Double Thorn. I'm going to keep this. But yeah, I think Maverick has the tools to win. There's obviously still some players just doing really well with it, which is great. But it is tough. It is really tough. I'm just going to go Thorn into Thought-Knot. I think that's probably the best play. I still need to play something, so let's go Cavern Eldrazi. I don't want to show that we have Wasteland. And we can play Thorn and pass. They have the lands, but hopefully this slows them down enough. Elephant Grass. Black creatures can attack you. Non-black creatures can attack you for 2. Okay, that's fine. I guess it draws them a card as well, which is nice. Chalice. Interesting. I can just Chalice for 2, correct? If I want. I can just Chalice for 1, sorry. I think we definitely Thought-Knot first. But I believe here I can just pay the tax of Thorn for a Chalice for 0, and that still comes down as a Chalice for 1. It's a little bit like how people use Sunburst with Thalia. See what's going on. Okay. Enchant permanent vanishing. Interesting. And they currently have 2, 3, 4 mana. Doomwake Giant is also pretty annoying. This is pretty rough. Although Doomwake just stops our attacks entirely, we don't have a great way to get rid of it. So I think it is actually Doomwake Giant here, unfortunately. We can still play Mimic and pass. Oh, they have to pay for this as well. Okay, well that definitely slows down the other card as well, which is great. Because then we can still Chalice for 1 next turn and Thought-Knot. Abundant Growth, okay. That's okay. Once, okay, land. We can cast Thought-Knot. Take this. They have 1 abundant growth left. And now we can add 2 mana to the pool, cast Chalice for 0, but pay 2 mana to pay for the Thorns, and now it will come down for a Chalice for 1. Oh, it won't! Interesting. I thought it would. Interesting. Okay. That's my bad. That's my bad. I thought it did. Apologies. Rough. Interesting, okay. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah. Oh, another Elephant Grass? Okay, now we're really drawing for Ratchet Bomb. Okay. Now we can do it. Four mana. Nice. Okay. There we go. We got there. We got there. It's fine. Elephant Grass is going to be fine. They're going to sack 1. Okay. Interesting, they just want to draw off it. That's cool. We can now start paying to attack, which is really nice. How does this work? Do we attack like this? And then... Does this trigger? Okay, there we go. I feel like this is quite a nice lock. Omen of the Sea. Okay. That's fine. They don't play anything on 0. I just miscalculated how to actually cast Chalice through Thorn. So that's a misplay. That's a sign of my misplay. Ancient Tomb. Well, that is nice. Is there a world where we cast Smasher here? Yeah, they have to block, which is nice. And then maybe we can just cast Smasher next turn and pay for it, which they might not see coming. 2-4, go to 4. Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, sadly we can't pay for them all though. So if I cast Smasher for 3, I then can attack with 1. But I think it's better just to attack with 2, 4, 6. Yeah, all of them. All right. I wonder what their out is. They probably get rid of the elephant grass. They don't. Okay. Interesting. Six cards in hand. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6 mana. Okay. Just don't tap both tombs? Yeah. Haha. Wow, and they just don't have anything. Interesting. We'll take it. Thorn was really nice. Chalice and Thorn were really great. Eldrazi is pretty fun. There are some awkward draws, but it is a pretty aggressive deck, which is nice. I'm definitely a big fan of creature decks. And yeah, obviously has a bit of game against every deck, which is really nice. Yeah, the Once Upon a Times are actually really nice at keeping it nice and consistent from the get-go. Looking for most of the time a Soul Land or a Thought-Knot, just to have like a nice explosive start, get your Mimics going, have something against both fair and unfair decks. But yeah, Once has been surprisingly, yeah, really nice. I would like to try out, I did have a deck that I played a little bit of, where is it? Green-White Eldrazi, which is pretty sweet. So it still plays the Eldrazi shell of Reality Smasher, Thought-Knot Seer. It plays Eldrazi Displacer and Palace Jailer, Mox Diamond, Containment Priest in the board. Pretty sweet deck. I haven't played it in a little while. The Mind Sensors were pretty cool because you could cast them early on. All right. On the play, which is nice. This is interesting. a lot of mana, and we have a Chalice. We can turn one Chalice, which is nice. I don't mind this. I'm going to keep this. Once upon into Thought-Knot would be really nice. I guess because our turn 1 is... We don't have to play around days. So there's... I guess we are going to cast Chalice. So we do cast the ones here. Ugh. I guess Wasteland? Mishra's Factory actually gets beats going, which is kind of nice. Yeah, Cavern or Wasteland. Maybe Cavern's actually pretty good. I'm not sure my opponent is on. Roll a dice. I'm going to go for Wasteland, so I just have some sort of interactiveness. Chalice resolves. Okay. At least all those lands went to the bottom. Island Pass. Okay. Ballista. Can play this out. Could be Storm. I feel like someone with a Guru land is going to be someone who's quite good at that deck. I have a really bad feeling this is going to be Show and Tell, and we're going to Show and Tell in a land. Yeah, it could be Sneak and Show. Smasher, okay. Temple. I think having the third land out is better. Because if we draw into a Chalice, we might want a Chalice for 2 if this isn't some sort of sneak attack deck. Alright. They could also have Brazen Borrower. It's a card. I just have this really bad feeling that this deck is literally just... This matchup is going to be 2 ships, like, sailing at night, just passing each other. Yeah, City of Traitors is pretty rough. That means it's going to be Sneak. Oh, they got nothing else? Interesting. Really? Take them off Volk. I think we definitely attack here. There's no way they had Emrakul or Grizzlebrand and didn't put it in. Surely. Sadly, we can't build up the Ballista just yet. Put them to 7 and we have lethal next turn. So they have to draw a creature right here, right now. Please don't have, like, Impulse. That would be pretty rough. That was a game stolen. That's pretty rough for our opponents. Ooh. Alright, nice. Dismembers. Out. Walking Ballistas. Out. Thorn. Yes. Tumble Magnet. It is your time. It is your time. Sorcerous Spyglass. Yes. Warping Wail. Yes, for show and tell. Endless Ones. Out. That is 60. I like this. Let's go with this. Nice. And with that hand as well, that was, I mean, like, you know, Chalice and lands and then Once Upon a Time into lands. Very, very lucky. That's all luck. Too bad we don't have Karakas. I did have Karakas in this list, but I took it out for Tumble Magnet because it just does a little bit more. But, yeah, maybe Karakas is worth it. The issue is I can't search for it, which... This is interesting. I think this is okay because of the Once Upon a Time. If we find a Soul Land, I'm pretty happy to keep this. Hey, Graham, welcome. Currently 2-0 in the league and up against Sneak and Show. Which is pretty interesting. See if we can find a Soul Land in the top 6. Another Chalice. Oh. Well then. What's the plan? I think it's going to be Thought-Knot here. And then just play a Chalice for 0 to stop Lotus. Yeah, I think it's Thought-Knot, Chalice... Thought-Knot Temple. Chalice for 0. Could be Spell Pierced. I think if they Spell Pierce this, then I'm happy to play the second one. Okay. Now we can play Mimic. Alright. Now the question is, if they hit us with a show and tell this turn, which they fetch first if they do, because then they have City of Traitors or Ancient Tomb, do we put in Thought-Knot Seer or Spyglass? I guess because of the Chalice, both kind of answer Sneak Attack, which is nice. Opponent having a good think as well. Trop. Okay. This is going to be blue. Oh, this is going to be Rug Sneak. Interesting. Maybe the Trop's for Veil. So that's actually something to take point because they can Veil of Summer to get down their Lotus Petals through Chalice because they can't be countered. Yeah, we saw Sneak first game, and usually blue-green just plays Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, Omniscience, and then like Dream. It's the 4-mana new card that you can like kind of dig. Thorn, interesting. Definitely like Eldrazi. And then I think you're at Spyglass. Thorn's pretty interesting as well. But it does stop us if we don't draw into a land. So I don't mind Spyglass to see what sort of game we're playing against. Drawn from Dreams, thank you. Yeah, hitting the Misty would be pretty nice, but I think we will just see a shuffle here. Okay. Interesting. So they have a Braid. I guess we can name Misty. But is that a throwaway? It does keep them off a mana if they don't draw into one. I guess they can just Braid it in response. This is an interesting one. So why do we bring in Spyglass? We brought in Spyglass to name Sneak Attack and then probably Grizzlebrand. They have a Grizzlebrand. What's the 3 blue? Yeah. Omniscience is a card where you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost, which is pretty brutal. Alright, so we know about their hand, and I think we're probably just most scared of Grizzlebrand right now. Yeah. I think Misty's a little bit rough because they can just... They're going to use the Abrade most likely on either. But naming Misty kind of forces them to use it. Misty is better because if they don't show and tell. Yeah, that's fair enough. Land is perfect. 2... See if they Abrade the Mimic in response to this. We actually had an opponent try to counter a Thought-Knot before that was cast through Cavern of Souls, which is pretty interesting. I did not see that line, and I probably should have. Outplayed. Cavern is actually a card that I could see back in Green-White Maverick. I kind of like it on human. They're going to destroy that. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think that just means that we take Grizzlebrand, right? Force, Grizzle, Omni. Yeah, I mean, if they draw Show and Tell and play Omni, that's okay. Next turn... Next turn is lethal if we draw a land off this for the Smasher. Two, three, four. Nothing. Okay. Come on, land. Deck's been kind to us so far. That's okay. The question is, do we attack with the Mishra's Factory? 2, 4, 8? I think that's fine. Mimic and Thorn is also good, yeah. Mimic and Thorn works out the same, because we're just attacking for lethal the next turn anyway. So yeah, I think we just go attack with both. We can't play it around Spell Pierce, but we can play around Force. Thorn kind of has to be forced. Okay. And now we play Mimic. Huh. 2, 4. Is there a world where we play the Chalice for 0? Because then we can keep lethal through Emrakul? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chalice then gets countered, but we can't do that. Yeah, I'm not sure if our opponent kills them. I don't think our opponent counters the Mimic because they're dead either way. But very interesting. So I guess we lose to Show and Tell, Omni, Probably either Grizzle or... Yeah, he needs pretty much perfect here. Or they need, sorry. Okay. Thankfully not. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, because if they attack with Emrakul, we sack everything but the Thought-Knot, swing for 4. I guess they have to go to 5 because of the Misty. Huh. Hopefully in that case we didn't miss a damage before it, so that wasn't even an option for them. Interesting. Some cool games. Enchantress, Show and Tell, and Delver? I believe Delver was in there. Hoku. This is an interesting one, and I think it's okay. I'm going to keep it. It's got a really nice curve. We just need to find lands with these Once Upon a Times. Spirit Guide. Interesting. Let's cast once. Find Ancient Tomb. Perfect. Ancient Tomb. Chalice. Nice. Oh gosh. Oh no. Yep. Alright. I guess we put in Thought-Knot. Emrakul's pretty tough. We can't beat Emrakul, right? I don't think we can beat Emrakul. That's rough. My bottle cracked and I got scared. That was nuts. That sucked. Dismember's out. Endless One's out. Walking Ballista out. Thorn is good. Tumble is good. Spyglass is good. Warping Wail is good. Crater Maker? Crater Maker would be sweet. Rough. Turn 2 Emrakul is pretty good. I don't think there's anything we could do there. Chalice for 1 does nothing. Chalice for 0 does nothing. We can't, like, we don't have Karakas. They also have a Show and Tell for Karakas, which is pretty nuts. Like a backup. Yikes. It's even worse when the blue deck beats you with Eldrazi. This might just be a bit too slow. I guess we can go Chalice for 0. I think there are better 6s. As nice as it is to have both of these, I think that it's a little bit too slow. Yeah, the Chalice kind of has to be on 1. 1 does turn off Lotus Petal, but... very fair, but... Don't really have a choice. Keep bottom of Wasteland. I'm not going to 5. I don't think there's a 5 that's better than just applying quick pressure. But maybe this is just too slow. I don't think we have anything. And then force back up? Rough. No great attacks. They can definitely just draw into a force here. I mean, if they don't, it's pretty good for us. Interesting. Okay. Another show and tell? It has to be another show and tell into another Grizzlebrand. Or just another creature. Yuck. Rough. Can't really do much there. That was pretty unfortunate. We can try to go 4-1, which is nice. Show and tell doesn't seem too bad if we find like the magnets, but outside of that it's pretty rough. The ability for them to go off so fast is what I really don't like. Yamaro. This hand is pretty good. I'm gonna keep. Please don't be show and tell again. Opponent down to 6 at least. That's a nice little win. Smasher. Alright, let's go for Chalice for 1. Probably Brainstorm here, maybe Spell Pierce. Brainstorm, okay. Prismatic Vista, interesting. I think I just like Endless One for 4 here and then smash a next turn through Cavern. I guess we could have just done Endless One for 5. Hopefully that doesn't change the clock. I guess it doesn't because we have Walking Ballista, but maybe using the Spirit Guide there is better. Impulse. This is going to be show and tell again. Classic. At least we get some good experience against it. Wow. Okay. I think we just go for Ballista for 3 here. If they have it, they have it. Oh my gosh. Really? Ugh. Those are the worst types of wins. Which should be a nice thing, surely. Like, it's pretty cool, but rough. Yeah, just obviously double omniscience and didn't have the ability to ponder or brainstorm into further cards. It's going to be the same. Sorcerers, Tumble, Warping. That is 60. I'm happy with this. Let's see how this goes. Classic. The best types of wins? Yeah. This hand is nice. I'm going to keep this. We can counter show and tell, which is kind of nice. I kind of want to draw into another soul land. Opponent down to 6 again. Okay. Tumble Magnet's pretty nice. So what do we want to do here? I think I'm okay with Cavern. Name Eldrazi. Exile Simian Spirit Guide. And then play Thorn. I could also hold up Warping Wail. I think Thorn is just a better play here, because we also have the City of Traitors. Nice. Small win. Spyglass. I don't mind going for Spyglass, because if they don't fetch... Oh, okay. Well, that's the hand. And now we can actually name Scalding Tarn with the Spyglass. That's gonna hurt. Misty, alright. Smasher. Okay, let's just go for... I wonder if they didn't do anything again. They probably fetch here, let's be honest. Okay, they learned their lesson. Impulse, intuition, impulse, intuition. Yeah. Impulse. This is interesting. I think it's going to be Grizzlebrand. Especially if this is blue-green Omni. They're not playing Sneak Attack. And now we just pass. Name Tarn? We've already named Tarn, which is nice. We got them there. And just a pass. Interesting. Llanowar Wastes. So we can go... We can go Matter Reshaper this turn. Or we can hold up Warping Wail. Make a 1-1 and the next turn play Reality Smasher. I think Matter Reshaper is okay. Vista. Alright. Thought-Knot. Interesting. Definitely attack first. I think he would just have to hold up Warping Wail. Maybe not. They have 6 cards in hand. We know about those 5. If we cast Thought-Knot Seer, they most likely return to nature the Thorn. We take Show and Tell, and then they probably just hold up Intuition or Impulse. So I don't think we have to hold up Warping Wail. And if they're dealing with the Thorn, we can still cast Warping Wail off just these 2 lands, so losing the city isn't too bad. So let's do that. Let's go 2. That triggers this Thought-Knot. It also just ticks up our clock to 2 turns, because they most likely fetch here. That's fine. This now resolves. We take Show and Tell. Yep. Ponder's okay. So we know about these 4 cards. I wonder if they shuffled or not. Chose not to shuffle. Interesting. But they didn't play a land, so they're only holding up Impulse, not Intuition. Chalice is interesting. Probably attack first. Omni's interesting as well, because then they have to kind of take a turn to actually have something to put into play. I think holding up Wail is fine, even though they have the Force. So the Impulse... Are they a turn behind? They have to find something here. They have to find Show and Tell. It's tough because as good as Warping Wail is against Show and Tell, we know they have the Force. Uro. Interesting. That gains them 3. Okay. That's pretty good. Maybe then I'm supposed to just make a 1-1? I think we are. I think we play a 1-1 and then just knock the top of our deck for a Soul Land here. And cast this Reality Smasher for the win. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So close. They can escape it if they have an extra land. Doesn't matter actually. This is a weird Maverick deck? Yeah, very weird. Do we want to play anything here? Maybe I want a Chalice for 1. We know this is gone. Obviously better than nothing. I could cast Magnet, but I want to put it in off Show and Tell. They're going to go down to 1, pitching Ice Fang. Okay. Interesting. So now they go back up to 7, but then we can play Tumble Magnet and tap down the Uro if that's what they're doing. Brainstorm's kind of rough because now they can't actually get back Uro. This might just be the game, and it is. Nice. That's pretty cool. So that's 2 4-1s and a 2-3. Which is pretty sweet. But yeah, Magnet is pretty solid there. I like it a lot. Going back to Eldrazi. Pretty sweet deck. We did make some changes early on. We did have Brushlands for these. Because we had Leyline as the cards to beat. But I really like this setup. With Leyline... with Llanowar Wastes, which can actually cast the Once Upon a Time's Elvish Spirit Guides, Dismember, I guess, and also Fairy Macabre. It can save your life off Dismember, which is kind of cool. But yeah, pretty happy to get that 4-1. I don't think I'd change anything either. I think the deck's really nice. I could see maybe finding plays for the 4th once, because you just want to make sure you have it in your opening each time, but I'm not sure what you cut. If it's something like the 4th Spirit Guide, but of course Spirit Guide is pretty good as well. It might even be like the extra Dismember. Cutting 1 Dismember and going up to another once, because at least once can find Walking Ballista as well, which is pretty good removal. But that's an interesting one. That is going to be me. That is 3 streams that I am done and dusted for. It looks like Schultz is actually playing Legacy as well. If you want to find any of my videos, you can find the link below, but also through my YouTube at youtube.com/c/Dukes on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at twitter.com/Dukes on Twitch. You can also find me at the Green Sun Zenith for anything Legacy. Sorry, I'm busted. Legacy. Alex, you're more than welcome. Legacy content, and for Legacy Maverick, of course. Let's get this raid going, because Schultz is actually the guy who started up, yeah, with the double dash, which is cool. It looks like he's still just live, which is interesting. I'm not sure if the double dash is starting up again right now, but we'll definitely find out. Hey, thanks, Graham. You too. Create a dashboard. Host a channel. Schultz. Nice. But yeah, a huge thank you to everyone who came in. The new follows are very cool. Thank you very much. To the subs as well. I very much appreciate you for everything you do and helping me with my content. That is me. I'll be back on probably tomorrow night and then Sunday morning. Just going to get a lot of streaming in, so that should be pretty fun. Enjoy your nights. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then. Cheers.